Rent day. I had to pay rent today. We talking about we pay our rent. I don't care. Y'all are not taking this one from me right here. They had the casino closing down today the last day. The security walked up on me and was like, hey, what's up with it, Pippin? They're like, he needed a new job. The security let the hoes do whatever the hoes wanted to do. Had dope fiend hoes in there, the black hoes. You know, the black hoes, it took a minute for the black hoes to work their way into the Revel. You want to play the casino floor in the Revel? Oh, man. Y'all going to have to go through some obstacles. There's going to be a few tests. Matter of fact, we're going to need one of the half black and half white hoes to do the audition on behalf of y'all.
It's even the messenger, the ball from the other kingdom.
Oh, I'm not. No, it's not even a racist thing. It's just, it was the way that it was carried out. Hey, if you were black and you had to go and get a white body, you know how the ghost souls things be jumping into the bodies of of whatever they be in? Hey, you probably had to do something like that. When that Revel opened up, it was taking into account who were on that floor and who wasn't. It wasn't like the other casinos. They'll let the bums in there. Hey, ain't no bothering the gamblers. Hey, ain't no sitting right here unless you're playing. They said stuff like that. Of course, if you had some respect, you can get up in there every once in a while. You a bum? The security will talk to you and everything. Hey, don't worry about it. It's the casino town. Somebody's going to get lucky. It could be you.
I won't be at that bus stop for quite a while.
When the Revel opened up, though, oh no, they had the criteria. They had a mean dress code. Well, ain't no walking up in there looking like me. I work in the warehouse. They said wear boots, jeans, and whatever warehouse work, you could be ran over by a forklift if you ain't paying attention. The Revel didn't see it that way. The Revel said, hey, we are upscale, and if you're going to be walking around on our floor, then we have slot machines right up in the front. You walk right past them, and there's some slots for you. Other than that, you have to make reservations for after the casino has been here for a few years. Now, the day they closed, yeah, anybody could do anything. It was a free go. The cocktail waitresses, they were drunk themselves. What am I going to do? So early this morning, it was freezing cold. I saw one of the streetwalker girls. They were walking down the street, caught my attention. I'm talking about one that looks like if I had a day with her, ooh, what a day that would be.
She's a doctor or a nurse. She probably a doctor by now.
It could be a catastrophe to my wallet. I'm sure it'd be quite a day though.
She like the up top of the line, primary, the big nurses.
So I saw her early this morning on my way to work.
And I said, hey, do you need a ride?
I said, hey, here's like $1 or something.
Do you want to have some fun?
There's like some quarters and dimes and pennies and whatever I had. Here you go. Get you a can of beer if nothing else.
That's why I gave you $20. She ain't really destroyed me. She destroyed us, though. And
then I told her, hey, You can meet me out here a little bit later. Now, I didn't remember that I had to pay rent today. The thing is, I spent my money last week.
Last week? I do remember.
So today, I have just enough money for rent, and then I'll be left with enough money to last me for the week. Now, what I could do is give her a few dollars a week, go behind the bushes. It's just cold outside, though, so it ain't really going to be enough space for that in there. This is one right here. You really want to get like a room and get comfortable and turn the TV on and relax and rub on the legs a little bit and stuff like that. Now, not the ordinary stuff that you would do when you have like a wild young prostitute right there. It's not really one of those type of scenarios. This is somebody that I had met, and she didn't really tell me if she was a prostitute. I just assumed so because she was playing the position of one that would be doing that. And whatever else I was about to say.
You talking about an ex-girlfriend or whatever she was? I don't think she was any of that to me. I think she was the other kingdom's primary destroyer.
Meanwhile, I am going to attempt to share a day with her without hassle. Now, the issue was, would I do that now? And I said, well, that's not really feasible since I have to pay my rent today. I'm about to go and pay my rent. I have to be there before the office closed. And I have to stop at the post office just to get the money order so I can pay the rent. So with all that at stake, we're talking about just being responsible with something simple. I paid my rent when I moved in, and now it's like the first month of rent to pay after I moved in. And here I am, I'm ready to pay it, and this girl pops up as really an obstacle. This is just something that I had to get past. It's not like she's going anywhere. This is her town, her stomping grounds. This is where she be when she's hanging around. So something said, oh, if you don't do it now, you can miss. Yeah, I'm not missing that lady collecting money for rent, though. That's where I say, you know, this is the first month of rent. Now, after we already been there for 10 months and we have about like another 45 days before the lease term is up, then we can sit there and go to the rent lady and say, hey, all I have is a few hundred. I just pay the rest next week. Like, I can do that then. We'd be about to move out. We wouldn't really care. It's like the day that the Revel had closed.
This was ages ago. She ain't the queen. Well, she look everything but stupid.
She come looking for us, going into our little spot. She looking around. She find like empty beer bottles laying around. She can still smell cigarette smoke. She sees some girls' panties laying across the radiator or the air vent or something like that. She know we was up to something, and what's she gonna say? The lease is almost up. Even if she says get out, you have 60 days to do all that legally.
My deadline, my schedule today.
The lease will be up by then. No, this is like the first day that the Revel opened. She's making sure that our dress code is still according to the policy. She making sure that we're the foreign prostitutes that with Amsterdam ID to make sure that we know what we're doing. This ain't the ones from the hood across over the bridge. Those girls are being there stealing.
Y'all don't understand why I don't get my actual replacement until I die.
This is the first payment of rent since we moved in, so it's, hey, we're being watched closely. We're not even allowed to come $10 short. Hey, I'm $10 short. I'll pay you next week when I get paid. She's like, well, this is what you're going to be doing? What you been doing with your money? You even showed me your proof of income. You had check stubs and stuff like that. What you been doing with your money?
It's really not serious for us. We lurking around where I'm supposed to be working.
It ain't like you don't have enough to afford it. Your check stub shows that you can afford it. And then what do I do? Do I break it down to her and say, yeah, some girl, she called me early this morning on my way to work, and you know how it be in the Revel.
I'm on duty. Next time, believe in the Lord. Every day I walk down the street, it's so quiet and peaceful. This is how your living quarters should be. When I stepped out the door, all I did was went to get a cup of coffee from the gas station and left. Everybody knows that I'm freaking weak halfway. The man, the big strong man in the van, he pulls up, and I like a freak like that. Then we see all these faces.
So it's like you want to make a good impression. Meanwhile, it's not just an impression you're making. This is your signature. This is what you look like. Now later you can say you slipped up if you didn't stand up to everything you were thought to stand up to. Right here at this point this pretty much shows what you are. This is where it's determined if the landlord is going to terminate the lease themselves. You don't even have to pay rent. Just get out.
Man, shut up. Because he dumb enough to do certain stuff.
Sound waves.